Let me go across now to my colleague Poulomi Saha. She is there at the Parliament premises and is reporting the latest. Poulomi, good morning. It's going to be very interesting if Rahul Gandhi speaks today and Smriti Irani, who is confirmed to speak. They've been at loggerheads ever since she's won the Lok Sabha constituency. That was the stronghold of the Gandhis, of the Congress party. And when they speak about or at each other, it's always full of fireworks, specifically from Smriti Irani. What are you hearing today, Poulomi, or what is expected?
Absolutely. It is expected to be fireworks. Of course, we have a confirmation from the BJP side that Smriti Irani will be speaking today in the House. She will be opening the debate for the government side today in Parliament. There will, of course, be other big speakers, including, of course, the Home Minister and possibly also the Finance Minister, Nirmala Sitharaman, who will be speaking. But all eyes will be on Smriti Irani as she opens for the government. And then, of course, if Rahul Gandhi is confirmed as a speaker from the Congress's quota today in the no confidence motion debate, then expect it to be head-to-head as far as the BJP is concerned, because Smriti Irani is going to go directly at the Congress and the Congress sign as well, the Gandhi family sign as well. Rahul Gandhi, of course, will focus on the subject of Manipur, because he's going to take from his visit to Manipur in the month of June and speak about the same as well. Yesterday, of course, there was a bit of a harakiri which we saw, because the Congress confirmed to the press and also to the Lok Sabha Secretary General's office that Rahul Gandhi would be opening and initiating the discussion on the motion for no confidence on behalf of the Congress party instead of Gaurav Gogoi. But in the last 5 minutes, something changed and they went ahead with Gaurav Gogoi, and Rahul Gandhi then did not speak all day. Today, of course, he had already pre-scheduled programs in Banaswada in Rajasthan. Already those preparations underway. It's something that he had committed to earlier. So it remains to be seen how he juggles around that program, and of course, gives his speech
so much
in Parliament
suspense,
today as well,
isn't it? Because the government is very clear. The government has a schedule of which minister, which speaker is going to speak and when. We have the details. This is the Congress which is constantly going around circles with these names. But will Rahul Gandhi, if he speaks today, but if he does not, will he speak finally tomorrow when Prime Minister is expected to speak? Poulomi, I request you to stay on with me as we bring more details about day one and the highlights that happened yesterday. So let me take you through some of the details about which member of parliament from which party spoke for how long, and how much was really about Manipur and how much was about really 2024 Lok Sabha elections. Gaurav Gogoi was a Congress member of parliament who opened the debate of no confidence motion because he had moved it, spoke for 35 minutes, spoke the longest really on Manipur, about 22 minutes, and said we'll also come along if the Prime Minister chooses to go to Manipur this time. Now, Nishikant Dubey, a fiery reply from the Bharatiya Janata Party, the first to speak, spoke for about 28 minutes 15 seconds. Manipur was mentioned 9 times, but the violence really not mentioned as much, but the situation, his own personal connect, his family connect to that of Manipur was definitely the mention in his speech in the parliament yesterday. What about Union Minister Kiren Rijiju, the face of the northeastern states in many ways, comes from Arunachal Pradesh but represents that region, and spoke for about 67 minutes, the longest really, mentioned Manipur 11 times. And our data shows that the violence, however, in Manipur was mentioned barely once. So that's also a strategy of the government to mention Manipur, not really talk about as much about what happened on violence, because they say they were able to curtail it. SUNITA DUGGAL, BJP MP, spoke for 21 minutes 40 seconds. Manipur wasn't mentioned, and definitely that means the violence in Manipur was also not mentioned. And remember, our data unit also ensured to track every time they mentioned Manipur in their speech. It was a lot of effort to put all of this together. But it was one of the most creative speech that came from SHRIKANT Shinde, the Shiv Sena member of parliament. He's the son of Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde. Total speech was about 22 minutes 10 seconds. Manipur was mentioned 3 times. He did mention the violence as well, but defended the government in the manner in which it had been controlled. And it was actually how the earlier parties and governments made matters much worse for the state of Manipur. And finally, NARAYAN, RANE, the Union Minister, Manipur wasn't mentioned, Manipur violence wasn't mentioned. So this was very clear, the strategy, as you can see, of the government to mention the state, not go into the details of what unfolded in the northeastern state. But eventually, it will be about a solid discussion. And when Prime Minister Modi and Home Minister speaks, the Home Minister will perhaps elaborate it much further.